Ukrainian forces continue to take back territory previously held by Russia and gain momentum with an advancing counterattack. Their needs in terms of weapons, supplies, platforms, and equipment are likely to evolve. Should the force more fully transition from a purely defensive kind of hit-and-run dispersed group of fighters fortified by long-range ground rockets, anti-tank weapons, and artillery into more of an advancing mechanized force, such a circumstance, created by Ukraine's ability to reclaim and occupy large swaths of territory taken over by Russia, will require additional logistics, sustainment, and supplies. Advancing Ukrainian soldiers will also need force protection as they maneuver into and seize back areas. While Pentagon officials are not offering much detail when it comes to discussing specifics regarding the kinds of new support Ukrainians might require, they are clearly aware that Ukraine's equipment and supply needs are likely to change. Ukraine has made some progress, but there's still a very tough fight. Certainly, we will continue to have that open dialogue with Ukraine in terms of what their needs are. Air Force Brig General Pat Ryder, Pentagon press secretary, told reporters, according to a Pentagon transcript. In a tactical and logistical sense, what might this mean? Certainly, advancing forces will need forward-positioned food, fuel, weapons, and ammunition available as they maneuver, and they will also need portable structures such as tents, bedding, and other accommodations for arriving forces reclaiming key areas. This means the Ukrainians may also require a new amount of small forward operating bases from which to launch further offensives into Russian-held territory. To a large extent, the overall nature of their fight may shift in a way that requires more heavy armor and mechanized forces. While they clearly have some already, more may be needed to close in on and break through Russian barriers, fortifications, and troop positions. Ukrainian forces may need to mass to a greater extent and maneuver in different, larger formations than they have thus far. This requires force protection, meaning Ukrainian forces on a counterattack will need built-in ISR intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance in the form of drones, as well as certain kinds of base protections such as sensors, interceptors, jammers, or other countermeasures. This may mean base protections such as something similar to the U.S. Army's Cowler rocket artillery and Marder C-RAM, which links sensors to fire control and small interceptor rockets, or area weapons such as a phalanx gun able to fire hundreds of small projectiles per second to knock out incoming enemy fire. The Ukrainians already have U.S.-provided small, hand-launched drones able to operate organically in close coordination with on-the-move ground commanders looking to find and anticipate enemy threats likely to emerge as their forces advance. Concentrations of advancing Ukrainian forces will also need a greater degree of command and control to coordinate and deconflict areas of attack, advancement, or occupation. while they can still leverage the effective decentralized approach they have used with great success thus far to a certain extent. There will be a need for greater coordination and connectivity regarding wider area maneuvers, with larger forces reclaiming territory. This may mean there will be a need for more infantry carriers to move units between forward positions, transport vehicles such as tactical trucks and Humvees, and coordinated logistics and command and control. So far, Ukrainians have been less vulnerable to Russian attacks by virtue of being largely dismounted, dispersed, and not bound by linear formations or centralized command and control. A consolidated or massed force of any kind, of course, presents more target opportunities for enemy fire. Yet larger coordinated force movements with vehicles, supplies, weapons, and personnel will become more necessary. Ryder said ongoing deliberations and discussions with Ukrainians will make sure that they have what they need, not only in the immediate term, but also in the middle and the long term.